Nah, FB is on the wrong medication.
I'm on the wrong medication, ladies and gentlemen. If the Lord was here with us tonight, he would thank us.
Did you start the show yet?
I'm doing the show right now.
How are we?
I thought it was a Jesus Christ religious show. I thought we changed. Fuck. All right. Let's do the other show then.
All right.
All right. What up, fuckos? And welcome to the FB and Goop Show. I'm FB.
I'm the Goob.
Sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California. God damn it. I keep telling you.
That's right. I love that place.
I love that place, too. How's the Goop?
The Goob's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited this week. We're talking super wild card weekends.
Super wild card weekend. Great.
We've got a random Niner heading to the Titans. And we got a buttload of shout-outs.
A lot of shout-outs.
Yeah.
We've even got a tiny bit of basketball.
We do.
And hockey.
Ooh, we got all
and college basketball. So, but, this is the truth. We're going to talk about football for about an hour. And then we're going to really quickly throw in the last few things. And then, probably not an hour, but
we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Football. Listen, what an awesome Monday night football game for a playoff game. I like
the whole weekend was set up for success.
Tickled pink. Just like, holy fuck.
So we're going to skip the monkeys drowning rats, or you want to go hit that up real quick? For all our non-sports fans out there.
Listen, yeah. Monkeys drown rats.
Apparently. All right, so check this out. In our abbreviated version of a fucked up thing of the week. Apparently at this the zoo, we'll say Cincinnati.
Good place.
Yeah, why not?
Good zoo. That's where that monkey and the kid fell in and had to kill the monkey. I think it's Cincinnati Zoo. Yeah. So let's use that one.
Not positive. But anyway, this little rat was running in and stealing the monkey's food. And so the monkeys were not having it.
Don't do that.
So they picked up the rat, smashed it around, threw it around, kind of like just all over the place. Eventually the rat was kind of just like, meh, not feeling it.
Right.
So then the monkeys decided, we're just going to drown this motherfucker. So they picked the rat up and put him in the little moat that the monkeys get to hang out.
Rats can swim, by the way, just to let you know. I don't know if monkeys are aware of this.
Right.
Not a problem, actually. Throw a rat in the water, it's like, oh, water.
Evolution's a motherfucker. So, yeah. So the monkeys continuously tried to drown the rat, unsuccessfully.
Unsuccessfully. Can't seem to kill something that can swim.
Yeah.
In water. Now, I'm not saying you can't keep thrashing it on the fucking land, which is what they should have done, because that's what monkeys do.
A couple more concussions.
That rat was almost done. He got lucky they chose the drowning method. They drowned him. The rat went, I can swim. That's not going to work for you guys. Keep trying. Okay, so he lived. This is what I'm guessing. If they only threw him in water.
I believe the rat got away, but then again, it was a 30-second video.
Oh, so that you didn't get the finish.
No, the rat didn't drown. But if those monkeys
did he get a bite in?
If the monkeys caught it again, it was in trouble.
Did he get a bite in? Anything?
He bit some fingers.
Oh, good. There you go. Hey, good for the rat. Hey, listen, the rat just wants food. That's what the rat does. He searches for food. That's his only.
Completely not sure what the PSA is on this one.
Don't steal monkeys' food.
Right.
Unless
you can swim.
They're sadistic. They'll drown your ass after beating the shit out of you. They'll be like, well, let's try drowning him for another fun game. Just once again, I can swim too. So if a monkey beats shit out of me and threw me in the water, I'd swim the fuck away.
Nice.
I don't think monkeys like to swim that much. Bigger monkeys, but monkeys that can beat me up, I don't think jump in the water and swim.
All right, good advice. PSA: swim away from big monkeys. The little monkeys you shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't think you should worry about that. But I think big monkeys can't swim, so if they're beating your ass, find water. That's it. Now we figured it out. PSA: if you're getting beat up by a big monkey, find water.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Good way to start the show.
Hey, good way to start the show. And in that case, let's start with the Niners.
Yes.
We'll just go game one.
I mean, I'll be honest. It was a tale of two halves. The Niners started out against the Seahawks, and
was a tale of two.
The Seahawks, were stuffing the run right away, and Purdy was throwing balls that looked like Tom Brady was throwing them, high and outside and fluttery, and
it's all that.
He got away with 2 picks in the first half. He didn't get an interception. He could have. So we're down. Well, first of all, I got to give Jimmy Ward and Chavarius Ward.
Yeah, right.
You guys got to get better.
Yeah.
First of all, yeah, tackling Geno Smith with a diving header with 0 time on the clock at the end of the first half, just to give Seattle a free field goal, was
15 yards.
Insanely dumb. Like,
Couldn't believe it even happened.
Yeah, like
I was like,
Shrek as a
wow,
child.
what happened now at 15 yards, 38-yard line?
No, it's a field goal.
Oh, it's a field goal.
Unbelievable.
They weren't going to get a field goal until that moment. I was like, oh, okay. Right. Oh, the Seahawks went to halftime with the lead.
With the lead.
And I thought, well, it's kind of like being Pete Carroll going to that locker room. Hey, guys, we got the lead, and we're supposed to be getting our ass kicked. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting killed right now.
Walker was running a little bit, like not a lot, but he was finding his gaps.
He had some Saquon Barkley moments where he could bounce a little bit and go, and he got 9.
It did.
Like,
made us a little nervous.
It made you a little nervous because he could take one on you and go.
But then the second half happened, and just it was over.
It was the game we expected.
It was the game we expected. Gino couldn't do anything. The pressure was on. My boy Amenahu Charles with 2 sacks. The strip sack being the key one at the end.
Then the other guy who's scaring everybody in the whole world on the other side.
Bosa recovered the fumble. He was putting pressures on.
And he was scary the whole game. He was there.
Yeah, well, the second half.
He stopped a lot of runs, Bosa.
It's like they just changed everything at halftime.
Yeah, they turned a switch on.
Yeah.
Because apparently the switch was turned on. The defense did. I'm not saying the offense picked up and did what it was supposed to, but the defense put on a big switch and shut everybody down, and the offense led from it and ran with it. And, I don't know. Okay, here's the deal. So I'm going to ask you this question right now. Can Mr. Irrelevant...
Mr. Super Relevant.
Mr. Super Relevant. Sorry, we changed his name last week. Can he win can he win it? That person who got...
I feel like you're tricking me into jumping too far ahead.
No, I don't want to jump far ahead. I'm asking you a simple question. When you sit here and think about how good the defense is and how good the talent around that whole team is, does your brain... Does it put together Mr. Irrelevant winning a Super Bowl? I trip out on it. Because I still think, wow, what a fucking solid team from top to bottom. But can the quarterback, does Josh Johnson have to come in the second half of the Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes is up 21? Can Purdy go back behind? I don't know. Hey, go. Listen, I don't want to jump ahead.
Well,
I don't want to jump ahead. I don't want to jinx you guys.
All right, well, the answer to the question is this.
I'm like, if we get to the Super Bowl,
for the answer.
Yes.
All right. So you're talking Brock Purdy.
I'm talking Brock Purdy.
All right. So the man, he's got more touchdowns or the same amount of touchdowns in one playoff game that Jimmy Garoppolo has in 7. So I feel like there's an advantage there.
Well, totally. Oh, again, if you were comparing Jimmy Garoppolo to him, he extends plays. He is Jimmy don't throw the ball either. I mean,
yeah.
So
I'll be honest.
Okay.
At this point in time, I think he can beat the Cowboys. I think he can beat the Eagles. I think he can beat the Giants. There's no way he could play in the Super Bowl or probably the NFC Championship the way he did in the first half of this last game against Seattle.
Okay, so
but he was off a lot, and just he could have had, like I said, 2 easy interceptions, Purdy. And if that puts him in a hole, then he's in trouble. Then he's running for his life the rest of the game.
So after Dallas, if you beat Dallas, I give you a quarter of bad play against Dallas. Because I think you can beat Dallas with a quarter of bad play with a quarterback. Because there's enough talent to keep the game going.
I think our D-line against Dallas' O-line gives us the advantage there.
Your D-line against Dallas' O-line, yes. I think their D-line and linebacker play is an advantage to them because of your line. But at the same time...
We're going to draw them in and then just dink right over them.
See, Dum-Dum's in the backfield. I don't know if those guys can keep up with all the scheming.
They love attacking, and we're just going to draw them in.
I think Diggs might try to jump in front of a Brandon Ayuk pass where it was actually a dump pass, like a loft to him. And he as he's jumping the route, the other guy's running straight down the field going for a long touchdown. Like, hey, Stefan, or Mr. Diggs, can I ask you a question? Why'd you go forward on a slant pass when the other dude was just running past you? He was like, I don't fucking know.
You know I'll get a pick six one of these days.
I'm going to get a pick six on this guy. So I can see you beating Dallas. I don't know if a quarter in Philadelphia, if he has a bad quarter, Philadelphia might run away.
He's already won in Seattle.
Might continually run away.
I don't think the road's going to scare Mr. Purdy.
I didn't say the road. I said playing in the NFC Championship game. I didn't say the road.
Nah.
NFC Championship.
If you beat the Cowboys,
and not in Santa
just as
Clara.
important.
It's not in Santa Clara.
Correct.
No, you're winning in Santa Clara. There you have the home field advantage.
That's
I'm
what
telling you,
saying.
go to the place where they threw snowballs at fucking Santa, and then you tell me that Brock Purdy feels good. And I bet you he doesn't. I bet you he feels this is intimidating now.
There you go. One more test for Purdy. We don't believe you still, Brock.
Oh, I hope he wins the
Big chicken with a heart. Purdy.
I hope he wins the Super
Fox
Bowl.
put that all over the place.
I hope he wins the Super Bowl. I hope he does. I hope he does Tuesdays with Purdy on the FB and Goop show. I hope I get to get rid of Trey.
Every day is a per day when you're a Niner fan. Here we go, baby.
I hope we get to get rid of Tuesdays with Trey. I I thought that was going to be beautiful. But we won't even.
It can still happen. He'll have time.
We won't even get
if Purdy wins the Super Bowl, Trey will have time to interview with us on Tuesdays.
We won't even get a conversation with Trey, which bums me out. So
he'll be so sad.
Go Brock Purdy. I'm just really interested. It's so interesting. It's such a great story. Because can Mr. Irrelevant, the last player taken in the NFL draft, take a team to the Super Bowl as a rookie quarterback?
We should have copyrighted Mr. Super Relevant already.
Super Relevant, yeah, we should have.
Hey, it's on YouTube. Copyright Mr. Super Elephant.
Mr. Super Elephant.
Super Elephant and Mr. Super Relevant FB and Coop Show.
Yeah, go Brock Purdy.
Sign us up.
Mr. Super Elephant.
That'd be interesting. Everyone starts wearing elephant hats.
Big elephant hat and Mr. Super Elephant.
Nice.
Let's go with it.
Where'd that come from? I don't know.
I mean,
FB and the Goop.
FB and the Goop. That's where it came from. Listen, what we expected. Seattle didn't even cover the spread, and we said they were not going to cover the spread. I did not listen to my heart because I kept saying Trevor Lawrence and the Jags every goddamn day, and I believe if you go back and look at last week's show, in the end I went with the Chargers just because we were like, yeah, Herbert, come on, he's got to this is a better team. Wrong again. Or, wrong. Should have went with my heart. I really told myself, go with your heart. Go with your heart, Jacksonville.
No, but listen, honestly, when you look at it, of course, he had the 4 interceptions, the 5 turnovers.
Duval County.
Unbelievable. You know what I mean? And then the second half, I don't know what the Chargers were doing. But if you look at all the... Before you say anything, if you look at all the touchdowns Jacksonville scored in the second half, if you throw all 4 of those touchdown passes again, I believe 2 of them get picked off the majority of the time. Inches away, Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if he's just that good or San Diego's DBs were just that slow.
Oh, they picked him up 4 times in the first half. How can they be that slow?
Well, no, he threw really bad passes in the first half.
He got his rocket arm going in the second half.
6'4", 235. This is a perfect game for us to argue because I just think he was so terrible. So terrible.
Yet got his first playoff victory.
Right. So is Brandon Staley on the Chargers fired? Because how do you...
No, I already heard he's coming back. Brandon Staley is back as the Chargers head coach. Got him to the playoffs. All
right, so I got to ask you a question.
Get rid of Mike Williams because he gets hurt every 4 games and then he's out for 4 games. So cut that fucking asshole and let's find players that can play full seasons. Even Keenan Allen is an injury is a juke move away from no more season.
I got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, in 2015,
did Tony Basile play? No, he didn't. Go ahead.
No. Russell Wilson threw 4 interceptions and then won an NFC Championship game.
Against the Packers?
It was the Packers. Yeah,
you played with my child in my backyard.
Did you guys fire your coaches after that game? Or?
Did McCarthy get fired? No.
No, not that year.
I don't think so. I don't think it fired.
Preview of things to come.
No, because LaFleur's only been there for it's 2023.
Well, there's not.
He had 213.
The only reason you left.
Yeah. I know. You were in my backyard with my kid playing in a fucking playhouse. Whole game.
That was fun.
Well, it's fun for you. Me going psychopathically nuts in my house. Psychopathically nuts. And him and my daughter are drinking tea in a little playhouse. We do. Having tea.
Having tea.
Fuck off, man. You suck.
Niners aren't in this stressful game. I'm out.
Fucking out.
Have fun.
Unbelievable. Yeah, go. Yeah, thanks for that memory. That's going to ruin everything for me. Hey, listen, Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl too, so my Trevor Lawrence call on winning a Super Bowl is not far from being true. I mean, it's possible. With Peterson, that defense is what won that game because that defense in the second half, they didn't give the Chargers more than they didn't run the ball. They didn't.
It was weird. I'm not sure what. So Brandon Staley's fine.
We said last week this is a game of two good defenses that could be really two good defenses with two quarterbacks. We have no fucking idea if they're ever going to win anything because we just don't. Herbert is he keeps showing up 9-8. He keeps showing up 9-7. He's not showing up 13-3. Patrick Mahomes shows up 13-3, 13-4, 12-6, 12-7. 5 every year. Herbert, and I know Herbert plays in the same division as Mahomes, but he's limping in every year. We gave him that. Last week we said this is it. He's going to get his win, and it's what he needs. He's got some talent around him. He's got fucking Eckler in the backfield. The defense we thought was fucking godlike in the beginning of the season. Apparently, there's a big fucking huge disappointment because Trevor Lawrence jerked off on you on fucking Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon. So. Hey, 4 interceptions to 4 touchdowns in his first playoff win.
You got to give Lawrence some credit. I mean, at least for forgetfulness.
Well, San Diego apparently forgot how to play in the second half. So, and Trevor Lawrence, still the man, first playoff win.
He's a quarterback. He does quarterback things, and if you're not going to stop him,
yeah.
Does he have a chance against Kansas City next week?
No.
No.
Mahomes is so good.
Yeah,
I think we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about that next.
Probably a little
Let's
bit.
get to almost upset Sunday. Because it almost started with an upset.
So close.
I couldn't even believe it. I slept because I worked with you.
Skylar Thompson and the Dolphins putting up a brawl.
I woke up. I was like, what's going on? 31-34. I think Miami can still win, I think. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh, maybe Teddy Bridgewater came in. Nope, not even awake yet. Still Skylar Thomas.
Yep.
I'm like...
Whole time.
Man, it's weird how the Bills... I'll tell you this. You know who the Bills remind me of? It's so funny. The Bills remind me of the Packers for like years. Like the
Favre.
Right? Or
just
even
like chucking it around.
Chucking it around, score a lot of points, but the defense leaves every other team in the game. You know what I mean? It's like, how many points you scored today? 50? What the other team got? 48.
I'll let you have 46.
48, actually. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, that's a score fest. Yeah, who'd you play? Nobody. We just was a score fest.
Right.
I don't know. There's a little weird feeling about the defense.
Bengals to cover next week.
Dude, Bengals to cover for sure. Can't go there yet. Bengals to cover for sure though, because I feel like it's one of those weird things where like Allen has to work his nuts off because.
Do you think his turnovers are a problem?
Oh yes. And Favre's turnovers were a problem too.
Right.
So here we go.
That's why you reminds me.
Favre won Super Bowl. This is where we're going to talk. This is what reminds me of the Packers. Is Allen is some godlike, but he has a third quarter with 2 interceptions.
Yeah, not
he
smart.
throws an interception in the fourth quarter. The defense is on the field again. Touchdown for the other team. Why is it so close? Why is it so? I never can understand as a Packer fan. Right. Why is it so close? Well, Favre's had 3 interceptions, but he's thrown 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So how's it going? It's going. We're all stressed right now. Why are we always stressed So I don't know. Even with Rodgers, maybe not turned over the ball so much, but there were always Rodgers always had to score 48 or 42 or do some amazing comeback or so. Yeah, Miami. Good for you. Good for McDaniel.
You know what? I was looking in the offseason. I was thinking Miami's doing great. They've toughened up. Their defense looks great, and then I remember they traded both their first round picks. One of them for Bradley Chubb.
Right.
And then the other one, the NFL just stole.
Right.
Because of tampering.
But Jimmy G is free.
He's not free.
Not free, but he don't have to do anything but give his cell phone a call and say, come on down to Miami. I'm sorry. I had Tyreek Hill this year. There was games when Tyreek Hill and Tua had great games. But I don't think the kids should play football anymore. Or have a really good backup quarterback. Because there's a really good possibility this kid's going to get hurt again.
Right.
So, shore up the offensive line. Bring in Jimmy G.
Dolphins are set for a good year next year.
Yeah,
they just treat this offseason right.
I mean, I don't know. Can Jimmy G throw to Waddle and Tyreek Hill? Is he good?
Yes, sir.
He can.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's somebody who knows McDaniel, the McDaniel offense. That's all I'm saying.
Decent fit.
Josh Allen once again had to work really hard to beat Miami against Skylar Thompson.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I thought blowout city.
That's what I thought too.
And it ruined my upset Sunday.
It
Really did, because then the other game came, and I thought to myself, oh my God, here it comes. Mr. Kirk Cousins.
Boy, yeah. Cousins-arella.
Oh my God.
I mean, honestly, he had a really good game. Kirk Cousins against the Giants had a really good game.
Yep.
For 92% of it.
Yep. Couldn't just makes me actually.
Do you blame Cousins, or do you blame them not being able to tackle Saquon, or the quarterback?
Nobody tackles Saquon.
Well, the quarterback. What did he run for? 80 yards?
Yeah,
83 yards.
That should have been put in the defensive plan. That you should know that this guy is going to run the ball if the opportunity comes. This guy's a running quarterback.
He's trying to be
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
He's the NFC version of Josh Allen. Nobody knew this. We did. We saw him run his ass off for 4 straight years. He just had no talent around him because his starting running back was hurt for most of it. And he has no receivers. He threw to Hodges.
We got to give a shout out to Isaiah Hodges.
He threw to
8 for 106 and a touchdown out of nowhere, right up from the practice squad. Isaiah Hodges.
Who?
Yes, sir. Isaiah Hodges.
Who?
One more time. Isaiah Hodges.
Isaiah Hodges, ladies and gentlemen.
Beat the Minnesota secondary.
Beat the fuck out of it. On tiptoes on the sideline.
Yeah, Minnesota's got things to fix.
Oh, Minnesota's got a lot to fix. That defense. You can have Zadarius Smith all you want.
Yeah.
But he can't guard 11 fucking players. He can only challenge 2 or 1. And that's it. They check him. They put a tackle on him. And then he has to work a little harder. And the other 10 idiots, not idiots, what? You're football players. You're professionals. But apparently, the scheme or something, because...
Developing players, yeah.
Something's always missing with them.
Their offense looks good. Hawkinson looks good, but yeah.
Hawkinson looks
good look on
really
defense.
Fucking good.
In Minnesota, he looks good.
If you're talking about tight ends to pick up next year in fantasy football, Hawkinson's probably in the top 4. There's a couple sneakers out there that you might want to keep an eye on.
He might be ahead of Kittle and Waller these days. It's just Kelsey and then Hawkinson
in
my book.
Well, yeah,
draft him high.
Kelsey, and it's fine. Kittle, there's so much around him. It's hard to be Kelsey.
Oh yeah, only 2 targets this week.
Kelsey is a goddamn superstar of the Kansas
2 catches, 40 yards.
Okay, well, but Kelsey gets 10 for 175 and 2 touchdowns in an average. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Hawkinson seems to be that guy that Kirk Cousins turns around and throws the ball to, because that's the guy who's open, apparently. So, but
agreed. It
does not matter. Brian Daboll has turned the New York Giants. That little guy, that guy with the goatee.
Great draft.
Great draft. We already said best draft. We already said Jets, Giants, best drafts. That we said that in the draft show.
And the Giants are finishing it. The Jets kind of didn't finish it.
Yeah, but the Jets relied on that quarterback they took that they put him out there again.
They didn't have baby Josh Allen.
They didn't have baby Josh Allen. They need where they need to improve themselves is in the quarterback area, because the guy makes really bad decisions. Or give him a shot and keep.
Dude, maybe there's a battle for Garoppolo and he makes like $40 million next year.
I've heard already, or I've seen tidbits here, that there's quite a few teams that need a quarterback. And
he's got 4 good years. And why not take a chance on 4 good years?
There is a free agent quarterback who has gone to the Super Bowl in the last few years, who has gone to an NFC Championship in the last few years.
Nice.
I think Jimmy G is going to have a good series, a good offseason, because there's no more am I going to the Niners.
And he's going to be healthy in January.
Yeah, I thought he could. I asked you if could he come back for the Super Bowl, no. and you said why?
Why? Yeah, why?
Let me tell you all the accolades of Brock Purdy and what he's done more than Jimmy Garoppolo's done. I was like, oh, fuck it, sorry. Yeah. So,
well, that was a fun start to the week, and then the last 2 games, the Sunday night and Monday night games, were both kind of a buzz, but there's some fun things that happened.
No, I thought the best play of the weekend happened in the Bengals-Ravens game.
The most ridiculous.
That was the best play of the weekend.
All right, so set the scene. 17-17. Ravens versus Bengals.
On the 7.
Believe the the Huntley-led Ravens
Yes.
have been dobbings it the whole way down the field.
The Bengals, they had the Bengals number for 3 quarters.
Yeah, and they were about to score, right?
Yeah. You know what? The way they were driving the ball, I would say yes.
You guys know the story. Ravens quarterback jumped, tried to put the ball, say Scotty's the goal line, and then Scotty's hand is the defense. Smash! See, and then he smashed the ball out of the quarterback's hands. We did not. It was a bad recreation.
I tell you, I watched the play, and then the guy got it, and he ran down the field, and they scored a touchdown. I said, "Oh, wait a minute, let's see where the ball was before it got, because I didn't see that."
Oh yeah, the defensive end picked up the fumble, ran it the whole way back for a touchdown.
All the way back for a touchdown. So for me, I'm like, oh, I didn't see that. Maybe let's find out what the replay says. Maybe the ball.
Yeah, touchdown. I was like, touchdown probably.
Maybe the ball got over the line and then he hit it and he got up. He said, I didn't realize they were on the 5 when he did this.
They were so far.
It's like I didn't really. So they did the replay and, dude, he was on the 2 or some shit. When he
thought his arms were really longer than they were. On TV, they look longer. Look.
They do. I mean, I'm almost touching your face. But he wasn't even close.
No, it was a travesty. Like, honestly, all the Ravens fans, they were loving life.
They were about to beat the Bengals.
They were outplaying the Bengals.
They were outplaying the Bengals, about to score. Nobody scored again.
They were, about to go up 7.
About 7, which they lost by.
And, because that big lineman, Mr. Hubbard.
Mr. Hubbard, he ran that shit, 98 yards? 96, had to be.
98 yards?
98 yards.
Yeah.
98 yards.
Ravens, get more team speed.
More team speed, bro, because you got a defensive end running for 98 yards. You didn't have one guy that could catch that guy. Not one. You didn't have somebody that could sneak around faster than the other.
No, so that made a boring game pretty watchable. It was fun to watch that.
No, I watched the game. I thought that was a well-played defensive game, and I thought the other teams did with what they had.
Interdivisional slugfest.
And with what the Ravens had, which was no Lamar Jackson, who didn't even show up to the game.
Not cool, Lamar.
No, I don't know. You're injured. Should you even be there? Oh, fucking maybe.
Dude, if I had no voice and Ricky had to step in, you don't think I'd walk in the GOOB and be like, "Yo, I got your back. Let's go."
Yeah, I guess I'd be here too. I'd be here with you guys. Yeah, I don't know.
Caption.
Yeah, fuck it. You should have been there. I think that relationship is over.
It's not really up to him. He's going to get franchised and then...
Or they trade for Justin Fields and trade him away.
If the Bears trade away Justin Fields, I mean...
honestly,
they're finally got a quarterback if they traded away Justin Fields.
To take Bryce Young?
I don't know. To just do something dumb.
Sounds like the Bears.
Oh, man. No, I can't see it. They have something there in Justin Fields. You know it. We all know it. Justin Fields is this close.
Oh, I agree.
He's like Trey Lance in 4 years, like right there.
I agree. I think Justin Fields is the future of the Bears.
Yeah.
But I also know the Bears.
You also know the Bears. They're the ones that took that guy.
They're the ones that took that guy. So, happy for Daniel Jones. That's all I know. We called that, by the way. We called the Giants beating the Vikings last week in the show. So far, unless if I would have went for my heart, we'd be perfect. And my Trevor Lawrence fascination would continue.
Right.
I just, like I said, I think the Giants are done after this. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Giants. You're going to have to go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I agree.
Whoever plays is going to have to go to Philadelphia.
I mean, I don't know. You're going to ride the hot hand with the Giants right now. It's the way Saquon and Jones are looking in the backfield, and Isaiah Hodges is out there. Oh, wait, what's his name?
I don't. I believe
Isaiah somebody.
I believe the Eagles can score more points. So I believe that this.
Yeah, AJ Brown might look really good against a beat up Deontay Jackson.
Sorry to say,
We shall see.
I don't think I don't think that they can beat the Eagles. I don't think they can outscore the Eagles. That's it. I like Saquon a lot. I hope that they sign these players for one more set of contracts because these two deserve it. Because I would have told you 2 years ago, I don't think these two are going to get re-signed. and I think they might be bumming around the NFL.
Right.
And now I should tell you, and I want to personally tell you that I think that's one of the best seasons of these two. This is the best thing that could have ever happened for the city of New York, for Daniel Jones, for Saquon Barkley.
I think it's a done deal. They both were signed, hook it up.
I agree.
Extensions for everybody.
I agree.
Yeah.
We had the Sunday night game was terrible, and I know it wasn't terrible. We had the great play, and I know you said that you think the Monday it ended great. It ended with a
Monday night was awful.
It ended with the listen. How many more fucking playoff wins can that guy have?
Who, Brady?
Yeah, I believe you have to add every other quarterback in the history of football's playoff wins together to still be one shy, or some stupid word like something stupid like that.
I'm glad to be rid of him.
I really rid of him. Are we calling it right now? I don't think so.
Oh, no. He'll be around. Well, he's divorced now, so what's he going to do?
Play football? I don't know. I saw a feeble man play against the Cowboys on Monday night. I saw a 47-year-old go out there against 22-year-olds who were trying to kill him. So, I mean, he might have thrown 66 times, but he also crumbled and buckled at the knees a lot, and I don't know how many fucking times. He has to go to the place with a great offensive line and great talent around him, and I don't know where that is. So,
I mean, maybe he just goes from Vegas and he plays like the first couple games, and then just starts a show in Vegas off the strip.
Tom Brady show.
The Tom Brady show.
Nice, I like that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Going to Vegas, not a bad. He'd have to move away from his family. Like across country.
He's not gonna. Yeah, he's gonna take some hits, and So I wouldn't say he plays.
Unless the Vegas spend their first 5 round.
I mean, do you want Brady? Do you want Brady on your team? I don't want Brady on my team.
I don't want Brady.
That's the bottom line. If you don't want him on your team,
there was a time that everybody wanted him on the team when he was just winning Super Bowl. And you thought, oh my God, he's a general leader. But if you ask me right now,
he's just grumpy.
I'd say no.
Yeah, nobody wants an old man grumpy guy.
I'd say he looks good as a 46-year-old model for avocado ice cream.
What was the Cameron Diaz and De Niro movie? No one likes that grumpy old guy.
Nobody does.
No, so we're moving on.
Yeah, I was okay. I thought seeing him lose that game was fitting in the way it should have been. So I liked watching the Cowboys win. I thought
it was easy. Tampa Bay didn't do anything on defense. No. They didn't throw the ball more than 3 yards or run the ball for more than 3 yards on offense.
Nope.
Pretty much at all.
The whole time.
Yep. It was they just Dallas and Dak did whatever they want. I was saying Dallas and Detroit were the two teams that scare me because they could throw 3 good wide receivers out there. Huh? Gallup had a great game. Even T.Y. with his fresh legs just coming out of nowhere.
T.Y.
Not the happiest.
C.D. Lamb looked good.
Yeah, so they have some speed on the outside, so it makes me nervous as a Niners fan.
Schultz looked good.
Dalton Schultz, I don't care. As long as Dre Greenlaw is healthy. Warner, Schultz, no big deal.
Pollard is such an interesting key to this.
Right. We got Shazier, our fast linebacker. He's got Pollard. I'm not really worried about that stuff.
Elliott.
I'm worried about Gallup and CD on the
outside?
On the edges. Yeah.
Okay.
On the outside. I'm not sure if Dak's going to have enough time to get that. So that's kind of what I'm betting on. I'm betting on.
Is Dak elusive?
He's not elusive. He is downhill.
He's a downhill.
Yeah. If your nose tackle gives him a hole, your linebackers are chasing people.
Right. He ran that touchdown in.
Dak could run 10 yards and pretty quick.
Right.
But he's not Michael.
But Bosa's not giving him that 10-yard option.
No, just Eric Armstead and everyone in the middle. All our linemen are looking healthy. Dak's going to have an interesting day. It's not going to be just trying to avoid Levante David from Tampa Bay.
No. This is the best defense in football. Yeah. Dak's going to have to work his ass up. It's just the thing is that on the other side, that defense is pretty fucking good too. And that's why. And then we talk about Mr. Irrelevant again, and then we're like, holy fuck. Could one good defense shut him down? I don't know. I can't wait. Here we go.
Yeah. I got Niners by a couple scores. Probably 9. 15-24-ish. 14-23.
Not giving Dak any credit. All right, cool. I'm going to go 21-24. I'm gonna keep.
Still got the Niners winning?
Yeah. I'm going to keep your asshole puckered. I told you you'll lose in Philadelphia. I said that already. I said I don't think Purdy can go somewhere else and win. That's my feelings, my personal opinion on it. As a sports podcaster talking to people in this world of TV where they're on their phone, they're like, that guy said he thinks that they're going to lose in Philadelphia because he doesn't think that Mr. Irrelevant can win the Super Bowl. That's where I would think they're going to lose again. That's
nice.
what I said.
And that's an invitation to all my Philly friends, sisters, stepbrothers.
Yeah, well, that's all I'm saying. I
Let's
believe.
start the trash talk, Philadelphia. Wait.
Next week. Don't say a fucking word until next week because you guys will both lose this
We'll
game.
both lose.
Giants versus
Giants,
Cowboys.
And we'll just start
fucking
throwing.
NFC Championship.
Yeah, we don't want
And then
that.
we can all say, well, Mr. Irrelevant.
Right. Now he's irrelevant.
Now he is.
Right.
Now we can go to that. Now that's what'll be the conversation. We already knew he wasn't going to win. Fucking loser. You know?
Right.
No, let's not do that.
Well, we agree.
We agree. I agree.
We
Philly.
agree Niners by little, Philly by maybe more than a little.
And then that AFC, Philly more a little. Yeah, I think Philly and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Goddard and Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurd.
Yeah.
On rest. Jalen Hurd back.
Kansas City, Jacksonville. No chance. Zero chance? Some chance?
Trevor Lawrence, baby.
Trevor Lawrence, baby. I say zero chance.
Zero chance.
He says 15%, maybe. Because Trevor Lawrence.
38%. I'm on 38% right
38%.
now. I'll tell after the first half, I'll call me back. I gave him a 0. So 0 to 38. I'm giving him a 38% chance of this defense just having a really good day and Mahomes just having a bad day and Trevor Lawrence going out there and showing you what the Trevor magic is all about.
All right. Well, then we go to the last game, the most emotional game. We got Cincinnati at Buffalo.
Definitely for me. That's definitely
the game that was not played or partially played.
Partially played. It should be an interesting beginning to the game. I wonder. I mean,
I don't know if we'll ever have a game that so many people will cry and then go smash people in the face.
Right. You know what I mean?
To win a football game.
You know, I think that Higgins took a lot of shit on Twitter and on all this bullshit about playing football.
There's gonna be hugs and tears.
So I think he'll get a lot of just like, hey man, not you just playing football. You didn't hit that guy purposely. You didn't time your hit. You know what I mean? Like, well, if I wait 1.5 seconds more and I hit him really hard right here, he'll die. No, you didn't fucking do that. So
this first quarter is going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
We'll see who actually lays the first lumber, so to speak. You know what I mean? Someone's going to have to hit somebody hard.
I have no call in that game. I like Burrows and I like Allen. And I like the talent on both sides on the offenses between Higgins, Chase, and Boyd, and Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and McKenzie. It's weird.
And
really a lot of fun.
You realize out of nowhere the Bills won last game because Cole Beasley became a thing again.
I saw him make his first catch in a long time.
He had 3 in a row, and that just sparked the Bills. After that, the Bills were like, "Oh, I forgot about Cole Beasley. We're good."
The bearded Beasley.
The crazy Cole Beasley, yeah.
Man, yeah, listen, go Cole Beasley.
So he came out of nowhere.
I saw him get his first catch, so I was kind of like, hey, everybody started cheering his first catch. I didn't even say his name.
Who the fuck is this?
I just knew who it was. They were like, his first catch in a long time. That's Buffalo Bills' favorite son.
Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, fucking Jesus Christ. Go Cole Beasley. I like Cole Beasley. I think he's the slot. He's the Danny Amendola. He's the fucking the other guy that the
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker. There you go.
Yeah, he's a cousin of my friend. I know him almost personally.
Almost personally. 1 degree of separation. If his friend would just fucking introduce him.
But it's in Buffalo.
It is in Buffalo.
Is that basically the difference in this game? Or is there one thing that could make it a difference?
No, I think the Packers lost games in the playoffs. I'm comparing them again, but that's why I still see this Packer comparison to this Bill comparison and Josh Allen to this interception thrown. I'm not counting out the Bengals because they were in the Super Bowl last year. So it's only fair to say that they might get close again this year.
It's very fair. I think everyone deserves Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen remake.
Well, it was Allen and Mahomes first, right? Last year was Allen and Mahomes in the first playoff game. And,
that was the good one.
And Mahomes.
I know the Bengals made the Super Bowl, but honestly,
this year it's Allen against. It's going to be Allen and Mahomes in the end. That's how you feel, right? That's how like it should be. Go NFC, AFC Championship.
Well, I
Who's
mean,
playing against
Burrow
you?
would love to beat Mahomes again, right?
Yes, but
And that would kind of establish him as like
the captain,
big time Burrow.
he would be the king of the AFC.
You know what I mean?
He'd be like, who's the only guy who can beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship?
I don't know. If Burrow went
Joey
into
B.
if Burrow went into Buffalo, I'd be surprised.
I do too. I think you're going to see Allen and Allen and Mahomes.
We're going to see DeMar Hamlin in the stands.
Right.
I mean, does Buffalo lose this game?
And as I expected, and I called it at the beginning of the year, Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott in the NFC Championship. Because I have not called once Brock Purdy in the NFC Championship game, so at least I could say at the beginning of this year, I called Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. I did not.
No.
I think I called like Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Garoppolo or some shit like that for a joke. And then Jimmy got the starting job, and I went, "Oh shit, my prediction's coming true."
Gotta love a good joke.
And now Brock Purdy's in the thing, and I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm just tripping out. So, another good week of football. Another good week of football coming. These games are going to be good. All the 1 seeds got Saturday, so if you're going to watch football, you might consider watching Saturday's games because all the 1 seeds got Saturday. And if you're considering watching your favorite team, you're probably going to have to watch Sunday.
You know what? If you like underdogs, watch Saturday. Maybe
Yeah.
Sunday.
No, I like Saturday for underdogs too.
Hey, Ricky, what day you watching?
Both. That guy's both. Because if he doesn't watch both, then we have no clue what's going on.
No stats.
No stats. We have no clue what's going on in football.
Good call.
Good
Stat
call.
guy.
Good call, Stat Guy, having your shit together. Speaking of all the stats given to us today, thank you for Stat Guy getting us all the stats on the Knicks. We look fabulous. We're
man.
6th place. I'm pretty sure we wake up every morning and piss excellence. It's just some days we lose a game. Great game against the Raptors. I'm telling you, Barrett is the man. I know Jalen Brunson is
With the huge dunk.
the huge dunk that put in the overtime. I know you say we've said, wow, Brunson is like getting this top 3 moment.
The huge dunk.
The top 3 Jalen Brunson, right? And he could have got it again this week. If we
Nope. There was a lot of Knicks that could have made the top 3 performances
well,
this week.
here's what we have. We have Jalen Brunson killing it.
It's pretty much taken over.
Barrett is going to be the guy. He is.
What was his points? 40? 32?
I don't. He is the guy. It's not Brunson. And Julius Randle quietly just plays basketball for the Knicks. You don't even know the guy plays for the Knicks anymore.
No.
I just kind of like, what'd you get, Julius?
Yeah.
30, 19.
He put up 40.
7.
He put up 42 and 16 this week, Julius Randle, which was just outside the top 3.
Just
Maybe
quiet.
probably number 4.
He doesn't. His poster is not in front of the stadium anymore. It's JT Barrett. Jalen Brunson is the one next. It's just he's not the superstar. We talk about Brunson. We talk about Barrett being the future, and quietly.
But you guys need a top 3, a big 3,
And we have it.
Brunson, Barrett, and Randall. As long as they're there, who's the next best guy
On our team,
Like Cam Reddish? That experiment didn't work. He's gone.
Tobin.
You got Tobin, who is a solid bench guy.
6. He's a wing. He's a 6 guy.
Can Quigley or the other point guard?
Well,
Can they be that scoring bench guy?
I've already heard that they're talking about that. He's one of the most sought after trades right now. Is that Quigley guy? People are like, "Hey, what are you gonna do with that guy? Because you're not really. No, we need him. He's coming off the bench and putting up 13 and shit like that, and scoring points and playing for as well. Oh, because if you don't want him, we're gonna because you got Bronson and this. And I'm like, no. So they're talking about there's like 4 or 5 teams wanting him. I'm like, don't change anything right now.
No, you're good. You're
I
solid
don't
with your
change
squad.
anything right now. I'm afraid that a change could be bad. For us, we've made such bad decisions as Knicks. I think we should kind of ride this little hey, we're kind of like one more good
Developing a team almost.
developing a team and not just putting crap together and throwing it all in a pot and trying to figure it the fuck out. We're just putting a team together. So I hope they don't make any moves.
And you're solid.
When's the deadline? I just want to get past the fucking deadline. I don't want to wake up on a Sunday morning and go, what does that say? Anthony Davis to the Knicks?
That's like 3 weeks from now. You're fine.
That's a bullshit lie, right? Or, something just fucking stupid where I'm like, what are we trying to do? We're going for the loss. Who did we trade for Anthony Davis? RJ Barrett? I'm like, huh, hold on, go back to bed.
Yeah, honestly,
Wake up in 2 hours and see if that's still the truth.
Honestly, though, no one besides the Celtics have really distanced themselves. You guys are 2 through 6, which is you. You're 6.
It's
right
all
there.
a 5-game back thing, I think.
Oh yeah,
and
after that, 5 through 8 back.
Yeah, and then after 6th place, it's like they're 8 games back, 9 games back,
right
10
in the
games
mix.
back. Yeah,
You could end up in the top 3. Who knows? With a nice little run.
We could be top 4.
Yeah,
the Knicks could.
You got faith? You're gonna get that top 4.
This is the most faith I've had in the Knicks in years. So I'll say top 4. I think our big 3 in the East is pretty comparable to any other big 3 in the East, except for maybe Durant and the Nets were killing it for a little short time there. He got hurt, so I don't know what to say about
They've
him.
lost 3 in a row, including at the Spurs, which the Warriors just beat by 40.
Right.
At the Spurs.
At the Spurs. At the biggest Spurs game ever.
In front of 68,000 people.
Like a fucking football game.
Yeah, that was exciting. Steph Curry is back. Like, after that game, he was average, but he went to D.C. to meet the president, all that stuff, and put up 41 against the Wizards, including probably, 21 in the fourth.
Yeah, okay. He's top 20 basketball player of all time.
Now he's back. He's got that arm brace on, looks all weird and everything.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. So the Warriors have won a couple games. We're back to 500.
Right.
Which is fine.
I'm not worried about I worry about the Knicks in the playoffs. I'm not so much as worried about the Warriors because they do have.
You're not worried that we're going to get in? Because that's still a concern.
No, I think you'll get in. If you're asking me if the Warriors in the end are going to get into the playoffs, yes.
We'll be in.
Yeah, we've watched that division just go flippity floppity fucking around. Now I believe the Grizzlies now are looking. I think Nuggets and Grizzlies, they're looking pretty solid now.
Yeah, they're kind of establishing themselves
as the 2.
That's the 2. I mean, Memphis won 6 in a row. Denver's won 10 in a row.
10 in a row, yeah. That's the 2 teams.
Jokic just throwing up triple doubles whenever he feels like it.
In fact, I believe it's a half game. Was separating the 2, and then after that, it's like 7 games or 6 games or 5 games. Like so.
I wanted to ask Bradshaw real quick.
Joe,
Phoenix, you were leading the division like 3 weeks ago. Now you're not even in the playoffs. What's in the water in Phoenix, Joe?
Joe, listen, this is why I'm scared about this stupid trade deadline thing, because I saw Booker in a Knicks jersey 2 days ago in an advertisement. I was like, right?
Is Phoenix blowing up stuff?
If only listen, we have all those first round draft picks.
Sure.
So when I saw Booker in a jersey, I didn't feel like Barrett was involved in the trade because Phoenix had fallen apart. So I was like, oh shit, that's possible, right? Because we could trade away, let next year's first round, next year's second round, and then I think we have an extra first round, then like 5 others. So there's probably a Booker allowance in there that
Reddish, Hartenstein, 3 firsts,
done. So I was like, oh shit, here's this trade deadline. I'm getting nervous. So
we'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. So Joe, don't be surprised if Booker is a Nick in like 2 weeks, because I'm kind of looking at everything we have in the bank, which is a ton. We have so many draft picks. We collected it for like 2 or 3 years or some shit. So nice. and now we built a team that's good. And where does Booker sit on that lineup? Does he start? How can he start?
I just don't know what Phoenix is doing, to be honest with you. On the Knicks, yeah, he starts.
Whose place is he? Where is he? We just put Brunson, Barrett, Julius Randle, and Booker on the court with Mitchell Robinson.
Yep. He can play small forward.
Small forward.
Guard,
Julius Randle plays power forward.
Whatever.
Mitchell Robinson, and then we have Barrett and Braden Brunson.
He's the guy that shoots on the court. When someone says who should shoot, they give it Devin Booker.
Okay. Why? Because Brunson and Barrett and Julius Randle put up 30 or 40 points a game.
They're bashers.
I like when you say bashers. That's
this
jersey back here is a bunch of bashers.
They create the space.
Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing.
Booker's a guy that could take advantage of the space.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, I've seen him in the jersey. So there's another Nick highlight for you. As much as I hate the trade deadline, as long as we don't break the bank, because we've spent a lot of time getting Grandma and Antonio McDyess and a lot of bank-breaking Stoudemire moves. As long as we give up just draft picks and we get Booker and Phoenix rebuilds or some shit like that, then okay.
Little shout-out to
Phoenix is on a rebuild.
Sacramento.
Love the Kings.
Man, the Kings are in fourth place and
Fourth
looking like
place.
they're about to take over third.
Fourth place. Great stadium in a great fucking city. Sacramento. Awesome.
Go see a game.
Yeah, go see a
seriously,
game.
in Old
We
Town Sac.
fit the game up in Sac. It was beautiful. It was a good game. Good stadium.
Dude, and how cool is it that
Lots of good stuff around it.
Domantas Sabonis is now on the Kings, who's obviously the son of the very famous Arvydas Sabonis, who is not my Vitas. He's not your Vitas.
He's not my Vitas either.
He's
Arvydas
Sabonis. So yeah, so having Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox and
oh man, I like Fox a lot. I mean,
Harrison Barnes is
Kentucky
back?
Pride.
No, I don't know. He's in Dallas.
He's not in Sacramento.
Either way.
No, I like Sacramento. I always like when Sacramento's in it. Sacramento's up the street from us, so
They're playing fun ball.
It's cool to have the Warriors and Sacramento be in it. You know what I mean? Because that's two really like just get in the car 30 minutes later. We're in the stadium watching a game.
Right, I agree.
So yeah,
I got to get to my top 3 performances of the week.
let's do it. Top 3 performances of the week in the NBA.
Honorable mentions.
No Knicks.
Honorable mentions. Julius Randle.
Julius Randle should get it.
Had the 42-16. Lillard just put up 44 a second ago. I didn't get to see that.
You know, one thing about that Julius Randle performance, they talked about Brunson in that game and not Julius Randle. I'm throwing that out there. He's the silent player right now. They talked about Brunson here and this shot, but Julius Randle put up fucking 40 and 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Quietly. Just so go shout out Julius. So
exactly. That was definitely the most honorable of the honorable mentions.
There you go.
All right, so number 3. And I'm going with, I had to cheat here, multiple Celtics. Because Celtics had huge wins. Celtics have won 7 in a row. They've got a 4-game lead. Both their stars are playing great.
Too, right? Isn't fucking...
Yeah. So Jaylen Brown won 41 and 12.
I think I killed them though by like 50, right?
And that was when they beat the Pelicans. They beat the
right.
fuck out of the Pelicans. Jaylen Brown led the way. And then a couple days later, Tatum decided to put up 51.
Yeah, 51. That's what I saw.
9 and 4.
I watched Tatum's 51. I was like, God.
And they beat Charlotte by a shitload.
Charlotte Hornets.
So, shout out to those guys. SGA. Which I always forget his name. So Oklahoma City beat Philly by like 40.
Oh, wow.
And Gilgeous Alexander. What's his first name?
Steven, yeah. Stephen
Gilgeous Alexander.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. SGA. Okay. When you said it, I went
SGA.
Oh shit. And I'm thinking on the Celtics still. Who's this SGA and the Celtics?
All right, so number 2, Stephen Gilgeous Alexander.
Yes.
OKC. He went into Philly, put up 38, 6, and 7, and just dominated the game. Doesn't matter. Embiid, Harden.
That's a good...
SGA just killed him.
It's a good game to dominate with Harden. I mean, Embiid is a good defender. You know what I mean? That's a tough team to dominate.
It was solid. SGA, serious superstar.
It's good for Oklahoma City because...
Maybe top 5 player in the league right now, the way he's playing.
Nice.
Got to give him props.
You heard that here, top 5, because Jokic is probably number 1.
And number one.
Luka is number 1.
Should have been Jokic.
Yeah, man, Jokic is just fucking
But
sick.
if we just went by stats, then this would be, just like every other show. But so the number 1 performance, Ja Morant.
Shit, I watched that
He
game.
put up 23 points, 10 assists in 25 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's not the important thing.
Dude, it's disgusting. Woo! It's nasty.
All right, so there was a block where, the old playground myths where people grab quarters off the top of the backboard and, gave you change on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Ja Morant blocked the first shot from after he hung in the air for like 18 seconds. So that was part 1.
Part 1.
There's part 2. Did you see part 2?
That dunk?
Can you describe it? Because my arm doesn't even go back far enough.
He almost
describe.
Touched his ass with the back of his hand.
Oh, my Lord.
He did. He came back, and the ball was in his hand, and he said, I'm going to slap my own ass. And then I'm going to go over that guy's body. I'm going to posterize him. How embarrassing is this going to be for this man? And holy shit, that was embarrassing for that guy. Who was the guy he slammed?
It was Indiana. They played Indiana, beat the shit out of him.
He was like a little... it was embarrassing, man. I was like...
No, it was a power forward on Indiana. It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
And
apparently he has no hops because...
He knows his name.
All he has is with his John Morant...
# not me.
Did, though. When his arm...
he brought the arm yeah.
I can he touch his ass? Can he pop it off his butt? Pop it like that and slam it. And just... And how you keep the ball in your hand like that. And I understand that big hands, they can just palm it. It's no big deal. Michael Jordan just went boop and he could do like Harlem Globetrotter shit.
It was unbelievable.
Unfucking believable.
So stats be damned. Ja Morant, #1 performance of the week.
By the way, we just waited for the #1 performer of the night after on the ESPN, and we just stood there and #2, and we were like, yeah, that's a good play. And then we all looked at each other and #1, I said, bet you it's that fucking dunk by Morant. And guess what? Is that dunk by Morant. So yeah, #1 play. Julius Randle still shout out. Fucking just quietly keep putting up.
Steph Curry 31. He's back, baby.
Curry's back. Julius Randle putting up monster numbers for the Knicks quietly. Jalen Brunson apparently is the leader of the team, and R.J. Barrett is the next up and coming Patrick Ewing. So go Knicks. After that, and
college hoops.
College hoops. We have some college hoops.
We have a little bit.
The Knicks are. I mean, the Kentucky Wildcats.
Carolina's in the bracketology, and you are not.
I know. We cannot seem.
But you did put up. Your guy put up some serious stats today.
We can't seem to win a game.
Well, you beat Tennessee.
We did beat Tennessee.
Which was huge.
Which was really big.
That's a monster.
And if Calipari is right, and this is a game of waves, and we can start beating SEC right now is...
You beat Georgia and Tennessee in the last two.
We got to beat Alabama in the next time around. We got to beat Arkansas.
Alabama looks pretty good.
Alabama's probably the best team in the SEC, right?
People are saying they're the best team in the country, but
okay. So now, but a lot of teams that are coming out of the SEC right now are seem to be powerhouses in college basketball. We do this every year. Last year was a Big Ten, or the year before was a Big Ten. The year before that it was ACC. Everybody gets a senior-led class of players because they battled to get there. Apparently, it's the SEC this year, and apparently Kentucky is not ready to play against these teams because. Man,
it's the transfer portal. The SEC is killing the transfer portal.
No one wants to go. That makes total sense.
No one wants to go anywhere cold for their 5th-year degree.
No,
let's go somewhere warm.
So nice and let's have a good time. No, I'm a little worried about Kentucky just because Kentucky seems to be playing in a pretty nasty division right now.
Yeah, I'm worried about Towson. We've got these Charleston Cougars who are like 19-1. They won't lose. There's only one fucking at-large bid or whatever from this conference.
19-1 is pretty
we're going to have to beat them in the tournament now.
Now you're going to have to beat them in the tournament. Not your baby to run. It's your baby to chase down.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, you got to win in the tournament. That's what Kentucky's going to have to do.
It's a rough one.
That's a rough one.
I think Carolina looks good. Our guys
you're back in the bracket. You got all those players back that you were so excited about. You guys went to the national championship last year, so if it's a game of waves, you might wave your way back to the...
They probably drank a little during the summer. Put on some fat weight.
They didn't... Yeah, because they came back. Remember?
Hubert Davis did sign his second 5-star recruit, Mr. Ian Jackson, small forward, 2024 class. That's 2 5-stars that Hubert has signed already. So, future's looking good.
I have not looked into any really Kentucky draft. Ever since Calipari in the last 3 or 4 years, I just don't look because I just expect them all to be 5-star All-American basketball players, to be honest with you. So
we're getting to them early. So you guys are doing fine, but I haven't seen any splashes lately.
No, not like usually where it's always the splash. Or one of the splashes, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
we don't normally get the 5 stars. We get the 4 stars.
We get
all of them.
5s and all the McDonald's. Then we get 9 on
you
one
and
team.
Duke split the 5 stars.
Well, we got 9 5-stars on our team. Seems like somebody's not playing. It's called the transfer portal. What's that called? That's where players just leave. Oh, fuck, okay.
So the other thing I wanted to mention about college basketball.
Is it about me and Kentucky? Because it sucks.
Well, no, it doesn't. We're going to talk about the Final Four, which is in Houston this year.
Ooh.
And
Houston Final Fours.
Guess who the #1 team in the nation is right now?
Houston.
The Houston Cougars. So that's going to make for an interesting Final Four if they continue to be a really good team.
They could take that all the way. That's a advantage.
I mean, if they're the #1 team in the nation, 1 seed should get into the Final Four pretty easily, right? Then they got home field throughout.
1 seed should definitely get to the Final Four, yeah. And if it's just in Houston, it's not your fault, Houston. You didn't do anything wrong, but win this year. So
that's right. We got some tough Big East teams. We got some
Houston's
tough SEC teams.
I
still think Carolina's going to win it, so we'll see.
Yeah, right. I think Kentucky will get in because they win the SEC championship, and we'll get into the Sweet 16. Might knock out Houston if we can get to the Sweet 16 somehow. You never know. I mean,
I'd love to see Bacon and Chibwe, Carolina, Kentucky, just battle big man on big man. Like 8-9 seed. That could happen in the first round.
2 top 5 draft picks or top. Yeah, I mean, this possible. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Got some guys coming from different
I'm
places,
just-
G leagues and shit like that. It's
Gotta
not fair.
get
It's
a
not
new
all about
board.
college basketball anymore.
Get like a laser board or something this year.
Laser board. For the draft?
Yeah.
That'd be
I
fun.
know, for the Final Four.
Oh, for the Final Four. Oh,
The
yeah,
brackets.
the brackets.
We're
No,
gonna
we're
have to
going to
hang
do that
from the
again. We're going
shelf
to
or
have to put
something.
that again. That was fun. I enjoyed doing the brackets last year.
No, I love the brackets. It's my
We'll do the brackets
favorite time of the
next
year
for sure. College basketball is still a long way to go. Let's just get to the Super Bowl, and then we will blow your mind with
Kings
college
are
basketball.
fast and furious in college right now. I just blinked. I missed 4 Carolina games.
Yeah. Kentucky's not even playing.
Hockey, meanwhile, is in the middle of the grind. NHL, halfway
It's kind of
through.
grindy time, yeah, because we're halfway through basketball.
Not
too.
quite at the All-Star break. I don't really want to talk about the Penguins, except for Sidney Crosby and Jake Gensel saved us from the worst weekend of our lives. So we pulled off a win against the Ducks where we shouldn't have.
We already discussed the other division sucks, though, so Penguins, Rangers probably going to get in just on stupidity.
We're so bad that we're closer to the Flyers now than we are the Rangers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we were in the finals last year, so if the Rangers probably going to get to the playoffs,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yep, you guys look fine. Boston.
We're young, we're fast,
You're young, you're fast.
yeah,
Full of cum.
full of con. That's why you play hockey. That's how you go.
Didn't rhyme, but it was funny.
It was. You tried. Well,
Kraken are on fire.
Kraken. I love the
Seattle
Kraken.
Kraken.
I'm loving the Kraken.
Number 2 in the Pacific.
Number 2.
Where the Sharks want to be.
Man, you know what I want to hear? I don't want to hear Seattle Kraken. I want to hear Seattle Supersonics. Come on, people. Let's get this shit together. Let's get a Seattle Supersonics team put back together. Same color jerseys,
Perfect.
Sonics along the front. Then I can buy a fucking jersey. Be sick.
I'm in.
I'm into.
Yep.
If
all right.
you bring back the Sonics, I personally will wear a Sonics jersey of give me one. The Rain Man. What was his name?
Gary Payton, Sean Kemp,
Sean Kemp.
Nate
I would do Sean
McMillan,
Kemp. No, Sean Kemp.
Olden Polonies.
Odin Polonies. That's how I used to say it in the NBA 2K game. I used to love that. It was with the Kings. I think he was on the Kings then. Odin Polonies.
NBA Jam, they were my favorite. Yeah, Payton and Kemp. Forget about it.
Payton and Kemp. I would do a Kemp. You do a Payton. If the Sonics bring
Easy
a team back,
breezy.
Kemp, Payton jerseys, first night. The first, like, ladies and gentlemen, basketball's back.
Done.
So are the Sonics. And we will, like, proudly wear our Sonics jerseys.
We should drive up there.
We will drive up there and do a live show.
I know someone with a
in
car.
Seattle. We both have cars.
Oh yeah.
So does that guy. We'll use his car. He's got that real nice white interior.
It'll never last in Seattle.
His car?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Thing would rust and shit would seize up because all the moisture and shit in the air. Yeah, really bad for him. Let's go in the summer. We'll just take my car. Because it seems safe. Yeah. Hockey's a long way to go. And hockey gets all our attention because football ends and tears roll down our eyes. And we don't know
Yeah,
what to do.
FB will start paying attention to the Rangers soon.
Very soon here. Probably next week because it's almost over for me. Nah, football's so exciting right now. We got such a good weekend of football. I'm stuck watching basketball right now. So, because the Knicks are doing so good. So I'm not even looking at the hockey. You know what I mean? Because we're still trying to finish up football. We're still trying to basketball with me and the Knicks. I'm freaking out because we haven't been this good in years. And once football ends, hockey and college basketball, well, Kentucky sucks. I'm trying not to even talk about fucking college basketball, to be honest with you. I already have 10 losses or some shit like that. We don't even have 4 some seasons.
Oh, but we get
2 some seasons, like 10 losses. Like,
there's always fun stuff to talk about college basketball.
oh, of course. Well, it's such a good sport to watch. One of the best sports to watch. College basketball, one of the best sports. March Madness is up there with hockey playoffs and football playoffs. And
The
Super
regular season's looking good, actually.
Yes.
The K-State-Kansas game today was ridiculous. Kansas State, first time beating Kansas in about 13, 14 games.
Shit.
They're both 16-2 now. The Big 12 is wild.
Dude, that's I love when Kansas is
Yeah,
one thing.
We had a crowd storming, court storming.
Court storming. As you should if K-State beats K.
Oh shit, that's where Jeremy is in Manhattan. Shout out to Jeremy in Manhattan, Kansas. Hope you didn't get run over by the court storming.
Yeah, man. That's court storming. You love a court storming.
You love a good
and you're
court
going to get that anytime that those teams play against each other and the underdog wins. Yeah. Or not not this year because they're both 16.
Oh man,
yeah, but
if Duke beat us 13 times in a row, we'd storm them, even if we won or not.
Oh, holy fuck. Even if we won or not, we would just go into the court, just kill
storm it
those
anyway.
motherfuckers. Get one of the guys in the blue thing.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm excited for. I don't know. I won't be excited if Kentucky doesn't make it, but then I'm just excited for March Madness anyway, so it doesn't matter. Fill out your little fucking bracket. See how good you can do. Who's the fucking underdogs? Who's the guy, the 16 that's going to beat the 1? Which doesn't really happen.
I'm going to tell you later in the show. Who's that guy?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news, and it'll be coming up here very shortly. Well, I listen.
Shitty breaking news.
It's shitty breaking
We'll tell
news,
you
but
later.
it's what we got. It's breaking. We're
tell
going
you
to tell you in a
later.
little bit. You impatient suckos. So listen,
Man, I think we're done with sports, bro. What do you think?
I was going to ask you that. I think we're done with sports. Do you have any pull a sec, shout out, or what do you want? You want to say
Chelsea signed a bunch of wingers. Pulisic probably on his way out.
Chelsea signed the band winger.
He'll be the
And
next.
They will be performing She's Only 17 at halftime for every show for the next 10 weeks. Go Chelsea. What the fuck are you talking about? They signed a bunch of wingers.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bunch of ringers to me.
There's been very little USA soccer news as of late. Most of it's focused on some sort of controversy with coaches hating players.
And
Not
us
a big
winning
deal.
in 2026. That's what they're talking about.
We're trying to
Making the bet happen,
We're
baby. Making the bet happen.
trying to make the odds worse by
Always
creating controversy.
Always making odds worst.
Yes.
Odds worse. So,
That's right.
and what doesn't make worse is our fans. So, here's a shout out to all our fans. And we want to shout out all our fans. Anybody fucking watches this show, thanks.
Even if you
But
don't
this
like-
week's shout outs go number 1, Catherine Barrett.
Catherine.
Katie. Cousin. Listen, miss that, and we miss you. We really do. So if you want to just pop your ass in a car and drive on down and give us hugsies, do not lick my forehead. But you may come down here and hang out with us.
She did miss licking your face.
Fuck, man. I'm gonna don't. But come on down and let's hang out and have a beer.
Hey, watch out for those chickens and foxes.
And foxes and any other animal that you have with cars. And then our favorite, Joe B. I don't think we've said that name in a couple weeks. No update on Simon Lizotte.
Simon.
Simon, but we have an update. First of all, he's charisma, charm, and a heck of an arm. We know that about Simon. Joe, did
Wait. Charisma, charm, and a heck of an arm?
Do you think Joe knew that he had charisma, charm, and a heck of an arm?
I bet he did.
I bet he did too. I'm sure.
Kids making money now.
$1 million, signed it with the MVP.
MVP.
They do shows, they do this, skits, shit like that. They got money apparently because they could give this fucking this guy $1 million. So
Sure.
he probably got some discs. I believe his first contract was what? 25 discs,
A t-shirt,
T-shirt, and
and
20
a handy.
and a hand.
A hand towel.
He got
a
a
hand
T-shirt, a hand towel. I thought he got 25 discs too.
I got 25.
25 discs. He got a T-shirt, a hand towel, 25 discs. Now he got $1 million from MVP.
Ask Joe.
That's your update on Simon.
How many discs do you have,
Lizotte.
Joe?
Joe, we don't want to know how many discs you have. It's probably in the hundreds now.
Yeah. Tell me when your wife kills you.
Yeah, tell me when you're like, I'm all alone. I have no one to talk to. So, Joe, thank you. And, yeah, it was a good video. Appreciate that. That little ending by you, Joe, good video. It was. Thank
Good
you.
video.
It was. That's my fan shout-outs for today.
Solid.
Now we go to our shout-outs.
Shout outs. I'll go first.
You go first.
All right. I'm going to go first. Charles White. You know how some schools are known as linebacker university, like Penn State?
Ohio State. Fuck.
No, they're not known as anything. And then there's USC. They're known as tailback university.
Chris Spielman, AJ Hawk. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Keep going. Keep going. Go on your fucking rant.
So Charles White, who passed away this last week, was basically the origin of tailback university.
Tailback University.
Cocaine, running fast, championships, Heisman trophies.
USC.
USC, man.
For $500, Pat.
USC in the late 70s was out of control,
Out of control.
right? And this guy got to play with Ronnie Lott.
Classic.
I thought you were going to say his name again. And Anthony Munoz paving the way.
Paving the way. Paving the way, Anthony Munoz. And you want...
Freaking Chip Banks was the
I'm not going to
linebacker on
say
that team.
Tony Boselli. You weren't trying to get me to say Tony Boselli again, weren't you?
I was trying to get you
Which
to say
I
that.
won a bet today, and Tony Boselli played for USC. Because I said, yeah,
The
Tony
Goob,
Boselli.
the Goob,
Yeah,
this
I said
one up.
Tony Boselli played for USC. He's like, no, you fucking
No
didn't. I'm
way.
like, no, I'm pretty sure he played for USC. I'm going to go with Pac-10 guy. And then he was like, no, the other team. I was like, okay, UCLA. I could have been wrong there. He could have been in the Powder Blues of the UCLA. But no, I was right. It was USC.
I don't get them all right.
No, you don't. Nobody
But
does.
anyway, shout out for Charles White
Shout out Charles White.
and that, Heisman Trophy national championship winning, cocaine, weed smoking motherfucker. I love that guy. All right.
Hell yeah, I love that guy too. You got 2 shout-outs here, so we want me to do one? You want to do 2? We want me to do 1? I got 1.
Yeah, you got one?
I got 1. Anton Davis.
Oh.
Broke the NCAA 3-point record from Detroit Mercy.
Wait, you're not talking about the forward from Indiana?
No.
Not Antoine Davis, 6'11", like
6'11", big forward.
Antoine Davis, Dale Davis. They just dunked on people.
Knocked
all
down
the time.
people, yeah, kicked their
No,
ass.
not that guy.
Not that guy. Then Reggie Miller was on that team too, right?
Reggie Miller,
Good team. They didn't win a championship.
Mark
did they?
Jackson.
Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, Antoine Davis. Yeah.
Annoying. That was
No,
an
I'm
annoying,
talking about
very,
this-
Rick Smith's a very annoying team.
I'm talking about a kid that's probably not getting a lot of attention out of the draft. So I'm shouting out a kid that's coming out of Detroit Mercy. He broke the NCAA record that was not held by Steph Curry.
No.
Now he has the opportunity to come to the real pros and beat that record. A small shout out.
Yeah, Antoine Davis, man.
I don't believe that they're going to win.
He's leading the league, not the league, but the NCAA.
in points.
Yeah,
In
scoring per
points,
game.
and he's 5, and now he's up to 5. Now he's owning the record. Now he's putting his name and his stamp on this NCAA 3-point record. It's probably never going to be beaten again because nobody fucking stays that long.
Oh shit!
I know, I said it. I did. Because you were like,
Be
hey,
beaten next year.
listen.
We'll give that guy a shout
Hey,
out
this
too.
guy should be in the G League next year, no matter what happens. If you can shoot a 3-point shot in this league, they'll get a way to get you open. That's
We'll
all.
mention him during the brackets too. I bet.
Yeah, fucking A.
Listen,
We'll
be
mention
like,
we're not done talking about this guy. We're shouting him out today because
he needs some help,
we
though.
thought it was really awesome that somebody actually beat the 3-point record from some fucking school that we had to type into a computer to find out really where if it was.
Was it really in Detroit?
Was it really in Detroit?
We had to check.
We had to check. So Antoine Davis,
Still don't know. Didn't check.
shout out, bro. What you got? You got one more?
Yeah. As a Pittsburgh guy, Mr. Frank Thomas died at the age of 93.
So yes, gotcha.
Yeah.
You thought it was the big slugger from the White Sox. Nope, he didn't die.
No.
He's fine. He's doing a Nutrigenics commercial right now in San Diego.
He's still doing commercials. Yeah.
He's fine. I don't think he's going to die at 90 his age. He played baseball. They don't do shit. So, and yeah, Frank Thomas died. Tell us about Frank Thomas.
Shout out.
Listen about Frank Thomas.
To the original Frank Thomas.
To the original OG
He was a Pittsburgh
Frankie
boy.
Pittsburgh boy.
Played for the Pirates in the 50s.
Fucking A.
You know what? He got so good that in 58, he was right behind, let's see here, Hank Aaron,
1,
Willie Mays,
2,
Ernie Banks,
3.
and then our boy, Frank Thomas.
For the MVP or the
So, yeah.
most valuable player in baseball.
So he was a really good player.
Yeah, very
Pittsburgh guy. He actually played
Pirate.
on the original season of the Mets. Remember when the
yeah,
Mets
yeah.
started their franchise? He was
was
their
that,
he was their
51?
big signing.
51?
No, 61, I believe.
60. See, I know it was a 1, right?
Something like
There's
that.
a 1 in there, right? Or is it 9?
59 or 61.
61 or 59, right? All right, cool. I know
It's right
that.
there.
What's that like? What year is that? That's maybe 61, actually.
Yeah, so
We'll
a
get
little
it.
mini shout out to
Correction
him.
for next week when we figure out the Mets start.
Yeah, it literally happened right before the show, so we didn't get to look up much.
No, we didn't.
He had a bunch of home runs when not that many home runs.
He
had been
finished 4th with 3 of the greatest baseball players of all time.
Yeah, put me on that list.
Put me on that fucking list. Put me on that list as the guy that got water and towels for those guys, and I was going to smile. I would smile.
Nice.
So,
And
honestly,
then I got one last thing, and it's not really a shout out, it's more like a go away. Ronaldo signed, he left Manchester United, one of the greatest clubs in the history of club football.
one of the people that spend the most money. Yeah, go ahead.
And now he's playing in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr.
What the fuck?
And he will be playing other teams in Saudi Arabia.
What?
And they gave
Is
him
it like just a one season thing?
they gave him $260 million to play 3 years in Saudi Arabia against players that are obviously not as good as him.
Not even close to the talent as he is.
And I say good riddance. And I hope I never see Ronaldo again.
Yeah, fuck that guy. You went to a crappy league for the money. You know what? On that note, I'm FB.
I'm the GOOB.
Peace, Ronaldo.
Peace.
You piece of shit.
You're out of here.
You're out of here, you bum.
All right.